Hello, happy Sunday. Well, you know what? A couple of days ago, we had a massive bunch of Ascension upgrades. I don't know whether you felt it. And today I can actually tell you what I did. So what happens with me? I don't know about you. Please post in the comments if you have something specific that happens when we have massive Ascension upgrades. But sometimes what happens to me is I will swell. And how that manifests is that susceptible areas, like, where my fascia's stuck, or, I'm working on that with block therapy and corrective size, of course, and fascia blasting, is sometimes I'll swell in certain areas. So, hey, Marshall. So, so I was like, sleeping with this eye mask on because I just did a LifeWave micro training on, patching for the eyes. And I thought, oh, I haven't done this in a while. I wonder why I don't do it more often, right? Let me see if I can sleep with this mask. So I have the mask on, I've got the patches on, and like three patches in the center and then the ice wave, right? Well, it just made me wide awake. I was like, oh, that's why I don't do that. Because when I have three patches over my third eye, it's like, woo, creativity. So I actually got up and created a formula. Okay, I'm talking about other stuff, but I created this formula on an energetic antidote to negative consequences, to what people have been worried about over the last year. Anyway, so the creator in me, hey Sue, the creator in me is like, can't help creating. So I was like, note to self, do not put three LifeWave patches near or on your third eye if you want to sleep. No, 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 no. Okay, so anyway, so I was up for a little bit and then I could feel like some achy stuff coming on. And I know for me, that's like lymphatic congestion. And so it was like my body was producing all this fluid responding to something. And in this case, it wasn't the patches, but I was muscle testing because I was awake, right? So I'm in bed and I'm muscle testing. And I found, oh, wow, okay, we're in an Ascension upgrade, but we have a ton of those. Oh, thank you, Taylor. Aw. Yeah, I don't know whether, well, we'll have to test to see if that's related. It might be. Everyone's symptoms can be slightly different, but it's like we had that day 5 upgrades, and that last one was a doozy. So it was like, for me, it was like what it was, 1 in the morning, something like that. And that I think was Friday morning, 1 in the morning, because I just did my spiritual medicine digest the day before, right? So I couldn't report on it. so so I started feeling this achiness and in different spots. I thought, oh, I have my block therapy, so I'm gonna just block in bed. And it just kept getting worse. So I was like, okay, well, let me see. So I checked that it, yes, was Ascension upgrade, was spiritual, and the big one was the 5, I think, big ones that we had relative to that time was there's 4 phases to the Ascension cycle. I have other YouTube videos that talk about the Ascension cycles or the Ascension phases, and this one was the expansion phase. So I know from the expansion phase that our clairs, our gifts, if you will, expand, like, especially if you're a sensitive soul. So I checked in, and sure enough, we were in the expansion phase, and the clairs were not in balance. So my clairs were like 70% in balance. Now I already have what's called an automatic alignment activator that auto rebalances the clairs. The only thing is, and this is a morphic field that one can download, right? So if you have Ascension 2, Ascension 3, you can definitely download that positive morphic field to auto rebalance your clairs. Here's the thing: if the Ascension upgrades are really big or fast, sometimes it can't catch up because you're not paying attention. The automatic alignment activator kind of works in the background, but if you pay attention to your healing, it goes a lot faster. So I said, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a directive. And I did the Chopin healing directive to balance my clairs. Hey, Marie. And okay, so then it's like momentarily I felt better, and then, but I'm still awake, right? So then 15-20 minutes go by, and then I started feeling worse again. I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I went to recheck my balance, and then it was out of balance again. So it was like that, like it was just like it just kept happening. The Ascension just kept happening, right? This big upgrade. So I thought, what can I do? So I thought, okay. Let's see if well, I could do the directive like every 5 minutes, but when people are sleeping, how are they supposed to do that, right? So when I have stuff happen to me, I kind of think of like what I can do to help other people. So what I got was that, wait a second. Well, I could say the ascension, sorry, I could say the directive every 10 minutes, right? Or every half hour or whatever it was. But I thought on average, we don't get that big an expansion that often. So I thought to myself, well, what if I instructed my Ascension 3, not just to balance my clairs in this moment, but gave it instructions to balance my clairs every half hour ongoing. So when it's asleep, I don't have to wake up and do it, right? And I thought, okay. So I tried that and that made it a lot better. So I don't know if you have an Ascension 3, you can definitely do that. Tell it to do that. I don't know if it'll work whether you play your Ascension 2 all night and then tell it to do that. It might, yeah, it might still work as well. And then the other thing I did the next day was when I get this achiness, so I know that I need minerals. So I will take extra minerals. I use Dr. Davis's Mineral Force and Mag Force. So I made sure I took those minerals. The other thing that could help is probably a hot, not hot, sorry, warm magnesium bath or Himalayan crystal salt bath. But it's been raining, like today is not raining, but it's been raining. So our septic tank gets a little bit touchy and I have a humongous bathtub. So I was like, so I didn't take the bath, but the bath helps to, helps with the detoxification process and helps to flow the lymph. So you don't get that fluid buildup. And the next day I did work on my knee, but interestingly, the knee kind of got better without manually working on it. So yeah, so just curious. Yeah, you're having so Sue says she's having deep conversations about energy going off right now. Yeah. So we shouldn't put three patch Marie says shouldn't put three patches on the third eye at night, like you suggested. Well, let's put it this way. Try it, try it. For the eye, eye healing, support. That was the protocol, ice wave, and then three of the, I think I chose aloe vera, X39, and carnosine. Probably if I put an E on there, it would have been better, but because that's like relaxing, right? But for those of us that are very like a lot of energy in the head, like being a starseed, Earth Angel, I've got a lot of it. Like, so when new energies come in, it comes in often through the crown and then comes down and distributes to the rest of the body. So what happens is during the ascension upgrade, comes in and kind of stays here. So I'm kind of awake. A lot of people do not have problems at all putting patches on their, and normally I don't have problems putting patches on my head. It's just I had three on the third eye, right? Normally I put one on the third eye, no problem sleeping, but I had three different patches there. And then I kind of forgot that, yeah, that I didn't sleep last time I did that as well. So much for the eye mask idea. Yes, thank you, Gwen. So great that you're here. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you just what I did that seemed to help. So you can check it out, see if that helps you at all. So balance your clairs. So clairsentience, clairaudience, gustians, clairessence, all the clairs, right? So clairsentience is the one that I'm dominant in, and people that have physical pain or feel a lot of other people's negative emotions, things like that. That's usually their dominant clair. So I just ask, I just said to my Ascension 3, okay, go ahead and balance, evolve. What did I say? Balance, evolve, and optimize. That's what I said. Balance, evolve, and optimize all my clairs. Okay, every half hour. every half hour. Ongoing, keep going, And yeah, so I'll have to see, when I do testing how that works. But given that massive, bunch of Ascension upgrades we had and are having, I think that it has helped because my knees kind of back to normal size. My waist kind of went, it really helped. It's funny because I have this little lumen thing that I blow into that it measures CO2 and it tells you what your fat burning is. I'm actually not doing it properly because you're supposed to do it several times a day, and I only remember it once a day. And have I lost weight with it? Not really. But what I do notice is that for 2 days it said low carb, and I thought, interesting. Okay, so I did low carb for 2 days, and that could be also why the belly is shrinking because when I tend to eat a lot of salad and stuff, I tend to kind of bloat. It's not that indigestion. I think it's like trapped air or something. I haven't figured that out and haven't really spent some time figuring that out. So that's what it is. Marie says, "Is it okay to get the Ascension jewelry wet?" Yes. The reason we ask people like not to shower, swim, with it, if it's not the silicone one, that people have lost their jewelry, right? I mean, these are Swarovski crystals, right? So they're kind of high end. Um, and so they might get scratched or lost or whatever. I don't know if the backing, the coating might, come off. So we just told people not to, just to be really careful. But if you have the silicone, the one, the one that I use, in my case, I use it for water charging. Yeah, you can get that wet. I mean, it's not going to get rid of the energy. Okay. Like even if you put other crystals next to it, I mean, it's not, if anything, it's going to help the other crystals. It's very strong and permanent. It's just not permanent when we try to infuse it into cotton or something like that. The threads kind of, come out and it doesn't hold very well. But in silicone, it holds really well. Crystal stones holds really well. So yeah, you can definitely get it wet. So I think we may have to change the verbiage on the about page because it's a little bit confusing, I guess, for people. We'll eventually do that. Um, what else? Can ideas coming in be Ascension upgrade? Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So of course, I had that whole 6 chakra, extra charging there with the patches. I had to take those off. But I think generally that's just my character. Like I just love to create, and so sometimes I get really creative at certain times, and sometimes it's not that common anymore, but sometimes I just wouldn't sleep because I just got something going on. And yeah, I was talking to Energy Tools International. Those are the guys that fill these, infuse these with the Ascension energies that I requested, and so they have a whole procedure, machine, whatever, to do that, the formal infusions. And I said, "Oh, I have an idea. I would like to make an antidote." Well, sorry, did I say antidote? No, I'm not calling it antidote. I'm calling it something else. Just you'll have to wait and see. And anyway, and so so if you're in the Ascension 3, um, what am I calling it? 21 day challenge, light medicine challenge. Um, on the okay, so it started July 1st formally, and then some people are just starting, but there's supposed to be 21 videos, right? But I'm actually going to do 22 because the last video I'm actually going to give you the formula, which I've written down somewhere, which I can't see at the moment. Where is it? Oh, it's in the computer. Anyway, so I'll actually give you the formula of what it is. But it's one of those things I can't put it on Facebook and YouTube. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a website up with the embedded video. And so on day 22, if you're on the mailing list, for the 21-day challenge, that'll just be your little, bonus one. It's just, yeah, just not going to post it up on social media. So yeah, so in the formula, what's going to happen is you'll see the power levels of each of the items, the which frequencies we're using, and you're going to go ahead and oh, I think that's my husband. Hang on. Go ahead and use those. Hang on. I'll be right back. All right. Looks like it's ready for pancake time. I gotta go. Pancake Sunday. The link. KarenCan.com/A3 challenge. So KarenCan.com/A3 challenge. So don't worry if you started late, you'll just have the whole sequence. So you have all the videos sent to your inbox. Just on the last day 22, whenever you start day 22, we'll just send you a link to that secret, that secret website, because we can't put it up on social media with that last video. I know it's kind of complicated, but it is what it is these days. Yes. Oh, thank you, Taylor. Okay, so I gotta go. Okay, Sabrina says, so which is the best combo you suggest, first, second, third application? I'm not really sure which one you're talking about, but I can maybe Maybe you can like give me more details and I can answer you later. I'm not sure if you're talking about the so I did the Ascension 3, well, took the patches off. Then I did the Ascension 3 every half hour, told it to do that. That helped. Did extra minerals, right? You could do the bath if you want. I did not. I also did manual therapy the next day, but I was feeling a lot better. So maybe it took me a day or so, make sure you hydrate as well, right? So when we have these Ascension upgrades, you can always, if you muscle test, just check how balanced are my clairs, and just check in. Maybe you need to tell your, Ascension 3 to do it every 10 minutes. But anyway, do it and let me know how that works out. Post below this video and tell me if you notice anything. Because I noticed something. Doesn't mean you will notice something, but just see if that works. So I've never actually told Ascension 3 to do it with a timing. You see, I've only said, okay, balance my clairs, right? And then it's done, right? But I've never told it to do it every 10 minutes or every half hour or something like that. So I'm like, ooh, idea. I got to tell you guys this. So let me know how that works out. Okay. Let me know what it feels like. All right, guys, I got to run. Got to make bacon pancakes. Bye.